getting dicey.
We good? We're good. Wait, what? You can't laugh after I actually do it well for once.
It was really good.
Okay. Okay. All right. By the way, it is pouring down, so let's get. Oh, is Sirenscape not going to work for me tonight? That would be annoying. Everything going well up until this point. Oh,
we get 50% off these Revenants. 1.5 Revenants.
Just like player chat for a second. I could run away. I could run away to try to draw the Revenants off while you guys did the skull.
Haven't you got the holy symbol of Ravenkind that can make them run away?
Yeah. It failed on them before, but it can work. I think they saved. They saved.
Oh.
It's not like it's not great.
That's a good start, though. Like, bust that out.
We're going to start with a roll of initiative.
Oh. Did I near want to hear that?
Select your tokens.
Tokens. I'm missing a couple of skeletons, I think.
They got killed, right?
They got killed. You got. Yeah, you lost some skeletons on the right.
Did I lose 3?
I believe
2.
You've lost 2.
Oh, yeah, I think I was missing 1.
I rolled 17 plus 3.
I rolled 12 plus 4. 16.
Looks like Morley's leading the initiative.
Never a good sign.
High rolls from all of us.
20.
I'm just going to have to fix up something on my end, unfortunately.
Am I seeing the Revenants have rolled a 4? Because that sounds good. Then we'll be at the bottom of the order. I'm pleased with that.
That's they're rolling quite separately at this point. You've got you've got the 2 that have their swords drawn, and then you've got the one that has a spell book. You'll remember that there was a Revenant who was a spellcaster last time. He's back as well, so he's gonna roll separately to the others. If my shit is gonna work, something's going wrong on this side, which is gonna make things much harder.
For the Revenants.
Oh, well, you gave it a go.
Looks like they're paralyzed. Let's go, guys.
To be fair, we haven't had proper tech issues for a wee while now.
Yeah, we've been doing well.
Well, while you're fixing that, we've done our homework and we've looked at the flashback and we know exactly where we need to place the skull, don't we?
Thereabouts.
I love the confidence. The confidence was what sold me, that you do absolutely know where you're going with that.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to ping it on the map, or I'm going to try to. This little area back here, I don't know if that's showing, but there's like a mausoleum where we dug up the skeleton of the dragon.
Yeah.
So we just need to get it all the way around the back, I reckon. Do we reckon we go north and around the back? And then we're just going to, I don't know how we're going to get the bloody thing in. We might have to try and break down the fence, do you think?
I could levitate it, that's what I'm playing.
How high can it levitate? Fence height?
Let's have a look here.
How did we get over that fence last time? Did we knock it down or did we just jump?
No, you guys.
There was some flipping and jumping.
Some good rolls being
pyramid.
Skeletal
pyramid.
I've opened it up in Edge so I can actually roll correctly here.
So did you figure out how high you can levitate it?
Sorry, still reading.
If we just push it towards the fence, does it just levitate to the height of the fence?
Up to 20 feet.
Okay. Can you like modulate it? Or do you just get what you get?
I can change the target's altitude by up to 20 feet in either direction on your turn.
Oh, good.
That's right.
Well, actually, I probably have to pull it along like a balloon.
Neat.
Right, so you need to have like a hand on it or something.
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe a mage hand.
Okay. Well, we've all rolled for initiative here. So at the top of the order is Morley. The Revenants to your south are slowly making their way towards you. That's really all you've got, other than Argynvostholt standing grimly in front of you.
Yeah. Okay. I believe this is the plan, so I'm just gonna float this with the party before I commit to it. I'm gonna start dashing. I know we're going back behind, but I thought I'd dash to cover if I can get to cover behind kind of this first section of stair.
Sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
Great. Molly dashes for cover.
Okay. Yeah, perfect.
And I will use my bonus action to hide kind of behind this. Don't like that arrow. Am I gonna make it to this first kind of balustrade?
10, 20, 30, 40. Yeah, we'll say you'll just get to there, yeah.
Cool. And I'll kind of dive behind it.
Okay.
It'll look sick. And I'll...
They'll never know where you've gone with that.
Well, I'm gonna... Well, they won't, because the rules say that I'm going to use hide, and they don't know.
That is true. You're not too focused on it. Anything. So that's everything. That's your bonus action.
Way to go.
And your action.
That was nothing.
You just power through the rain and dive in behind the stairs.
Yeah. I'd like, if I can, to do like a skid.
Okay, give us like an athletics roll.
Oh, me and my big mouth. It's a 14 plus 8, so 22 to skid behind here.
You can describe that skid however you want to describe that skid.
All right, it's like a perfect slide tackle in football for all those sports fans that we have, and on the team.
I don't know what that is.
Slide tackle. Is that along your face?
It looks real good, and there's like mud goes flying up. But I sort of come to a halt behind the balustrade, and it's dark and it's gloomy and I'm hidden.
Okay.
Looks cool.
Perfect. American, over to you. Again, the rain is coming down. It's only midday at this point, but it is incredibly dark for midday in Barovia. And you've just seen Morley take off towards the stairs.
She's looking haggard, bloodied. She's panting heavily. And she spots the Revenants. And immediately understands Morley's intent and looks around the party and ascertains that we are going to make a dash to get the skull to its rightful place. So she summons up one of her last remaining pieces of magic and starts chanting under her breath, "May the grasping twisted thorns of winter slow your steps and bind you." And she starts summoning exactly that underneath their feet. It's, what's the spell called? Plant growth.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I do. So it's got a massive radius, and I'm going to try and use it to slow them down as much as possible. All normal plants in a 100-foot radius centered on the point become thick and overgrown. A creature moving through the area must spend 4 feet of movement for every 1 foot it moves. So I'm going to obviously, the range is 150 feet, so I'm going to cast it so that the area of effect ends as close to us as possible, so it's impeding them for the maximum amount of movement. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Thick and overgrown. Okay, so all plants in that range. Now, as you can see from the map, there is a large section, including the section that they're in, that there are no plants. They're standing on a sort of a dirt path at this point. There's plants off to the side. There might be the occasional weed that's growing up out of this thing.
Oh no! I thought there'd be plants.
I'm going to
This is not good.
I'm letting you know that first before we move forward with another plant growth situation like at the Wizards of Wine. So as you can see from the map, there's some greenery, but they're not currently on it, and there is a decent path towards your current location that also doesn't have plants.
Oh, okay. I can't really see the map in colour, so I wasn't sure. I thought there would be plants on the path.
You can't see it in colour?
It's all black
It's
and
gone
white.
black and white.
Oh, that's weird.
It was in colour, but we can't.
Oh, now it's back. Well, this is a situation, because I thought that would help, but it's actually pretty useless. So maybe I don't do that. Wouldn't be very useful to summon plants next to them.
Well,
yeah.
If you do it once we've run a little bit of a ways to the north.
There's plenty of grass to your north, that's for sure.
Okay. Well,
Yes.
what I'll do is I'll use my turn to run my full movement.
Okay.
And I'll store that spell up to unleash as soon as
Sounds
they
good.
cross into the grass. That way I haven't changed my move. I've just done it in a different order.
Yeah, that makes sense. The last thing I want to do is go, okay, you do that, and they're just fine. And you've wasted a spell.
You are a druid, but you did it on a dirt path. And you just didn't know how your own spell worked.
Yeah. Okay, so you're just dashing.
I'm saving my move to do it when everyone is getting into that space.
But are you using all your...
Oh wait, I just moved myself willy-nilly. How far can I move?
So you can move 30 feet. Or 60 if you're dashing.
Okay, I'll just do 60 and then I'll use this move when I use it.
Okay.
It was a good move, but just in the wrong.
No, it is definitely a good move. If you were in a field, it would have been perfect.
It would have been good if it was good. Anyway, that's my turn.
Okay, cool. Baron, over to you.
Okay, I think I'm missing one skeleton.
So feel free to.
5.
All right, let's
duplicate them. Oh, hey, another Todd. Thank you.
Todd and Todd.
That one will actually be... Where's my... That one's Penny, I think. Okay.
So yeah, American and Morley have both just darted away. Seemingly in different directions as well.
It's just going to throw off the scent.
Yeah,
the Revenants.
At least they don't have their arms up, like waving them around, screaming or anything. They seem determined in whatever it is they're doing.
I'm going to ask my skeletons to please pick up that giant dragon skull and run as fast as you can to the northeast.
They all maneuver themselves around that skull. Just caught you up on that for a second.
Dash.
And what sort of distance are we going to move there? 10, 20? They're going to move quite
60.
a decent amount of space here. Basically, keeping pace with Murikin.
Yeah, it's like a big skull.
Murikin, as you're running, you can hear the skeletons running up behind you, carting that enormous dragon head skull.
Very good.
And I'll do the same. I will also run away to the northeast.
Everyone's
It
running.
really does look like we're leaving Bill to his own devices. Good luck, buddy.
It's nice knowing you.
Yeah, I'm just like, thanks, guys. See you later.
Okay, anything else, Baron?
All right.
Just running. It is the Revenant that is currently holding that spell book. It's their turn. And let's have a quick look here. What sort of distance do we have between them? 100-foot distance. Okay. The Revenant, with its book in its hand, moves forward slowly towards you, Bill. Just closing that distance.
It's like one of those people on Cuba Street that are trying to sell you one of those, the Bhagavad Gita or something. He's holding his book.
He's going to start with trying to compliment Bill's outfit to try and catch him off guard with a little bit of flattery.
And he's just staring you. He's staring you down, but doesn't seem to do anything further. It's your turn, Bill.
I put my headphones in.
Just keep walking.
Alright, I am going to move up to... Oh, sorry, not towards him.
Okay.
To the square here, which is 30 feet, I think. Is that square or that square? Cool. So I can get that square. I can get that square.
He sees you moving away and starts uses his prepared action to just dart after you. So he's expending more of his movement now.
Okay, that's not great. That might change what I'm doing. Actually. Do you guys think these are like ring wraiths?
How do you mean?
Like, if you pop the one ring on, can they see you?
Oh, if you go into the ethereal plane.
Yeah, or turn invisible.
Do you have the one ring?
I don't have the one ring. You've got the one ring.
Oh, you haven't got the one shitty ring. Well, I don't understand. What do you? If you go invisible, you mean?
Yeah.
I think they'd need like true sight or something, don't they? Or... I don't think they have the ring race.
I am going to, instead of doing that, I'm just going to play a really fast little lick on my lute, and cast haste on myself.
Okay.
Nice.
Speed is doubled.
Yeah. So I've moved 30 feet. I am going to move another 30 feet.
Got Sonic the Hedgehog over there.
Yeah.
We're all just. I love this. We're just all running. This is exciting.
We don't normally run, do we?
No.
It's
Why did I
usually
run
too
to this
stupid.
position?
No, you distract them.
Oh, and I can use an action to either attack, dash, disengage, hide, or use an object. So I'm going to use dash.
Nice.
Oh,
I'm going to
nice.
get way the fuck up here.
Okay, bye. Fucking, it's gone 120 feet or something.
Sam, all right.
Flash!
Where'd he go?
What would that look like if we're I thought it was bad enough running with the giant skull, and then like Bill's like, boom.
Just like absolutely, just like cutting. Like the rain is like slow mo for Bill at this point.
leaving
he
a
just
hole
like
in the rain.
darts.
I just started moving at normal pace, and then I saw a move. I played my little.
Yeah.
What's everyone's
everyone's health like at this point? Anyway, I know thanks to the wolves, everyone took a decent hit to their HPs, right?
I'm completely screwed. I've got 6 hit points. I was at full.
Yeah.
But,
I have 7.
Right.
I was also at full.
32.
You're okay.
As always.
It's the other Revenant's turn. Both of them seeing Bill just dart off. All of you dart off, basically. They also just charge forward, dashing. Morley, back to you. Everyone's is just leaving you. They're all heading towards the northern side of this castle.
I'm not leaving you. We're not.
You're creating distance between them and yourself, and the distance between you and the Revenants is shortened.
You're going to trigger Morley's abandonment issues, okay? Everyone's leaving you.
Well, actually, we don't even know where Morley is because he's so well hidden.
That's true.
Yeah.
The last thing I saw was a skillful skid, and then nothing.
You can only presume that I vanished into the ether.
Exactly.
Is that a football tackle into space or into another
Into
dimension?
space. Yeah. We see where my arrow is pointing to 60 feet on the map.
I do away from the Revenant. I do see that.
Yeah. That's where I'm going to dash to now to get back on track with my comrades.
Okay.
And that curvature probably isn't enough for any kind of effective hiding, I would say.
Not from that position. If you give me a stealth roll, I will decide if there's enough things about. It's kind of like almost like a luck to see how well you can scout something to hide behind.
All right. Yeah, I like it. I'm throwing myself against the castle walls.
Yeah, trying to blend in with the shadows.
And let me tell you, that's a net 20
Easy.
with a 12 on top of that, so 32.
The light from just the darkened atmosphere from the storm at the moment is just the right kind of darkness for you to just press up against the edge of the castle and just vanish from sight.
It's like an octopus.
Morley's skin changes colour to match that of the
Becomes
stonework.
part castle.
Yeah.
Same textures.
Wow.
Okay. Anything else from Morley?
No, that would give my position away.
Fair enough. American, back to you.
Yeah. Well, you know how I said all that cool stuff about how my spell would be really, really cool and cool and helpful? I'll do
Yes.
that this turn instead.
Okay.
So, yeah. But I'm going to use my movement to run 30 feet, and I'm going to hold off on the spell until the Baron and the skeletons are out of the way to maximize that big radius to make
nice.
everything leading to us overgrown.
Yeah, nice.
So I'm going to hold off on casting it. It'll trigger when they move out of the way.
Okay.
And
Okay,
that's,
great.
That's all. That's my turn.
So you're moving 30, just the 30 feet, so you can do that. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Baron?
Okay, the skeletons will dash. So that's 60 feet to the east.
Okay. Oh, sorry. Gotta grab them over here.
Oh, American, where have you moved to?
I'm just next to Morley.
Okay.
Although I couldn't tell you that. He's invisible tomorrow.
True. Oh, so it's raining hard.
Yeah.
But what time of day is it?
It's about midday.
Okay, so it's dark, but not that dark.
Well, I mean, it's pretty damn dark. It's more than overcast, you know. No
It's
light.
normally pretty dark.
Very,
isn't it?
very
Yeah.
little light is coming through the storm clouds overhead.
Okay. Well, I am going to cast Chill Touch on the red one.
Okay. Give us a roll to hit.
Uh, 18.
18 is a hit.
It's 9 plus 9. And that's 14 necrotic damage.
Okay.
Does that hurt them?
It does, but it doesn't hurt them as much as you might expect.
However, because it's an undead target, it also has disadvantage on attack rolls against me
Okay.
until the end of my next turn.
Into the end of your next turn. Okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
perfect.
and then I'm going to move 30 feet to the east.
And the moment that you run out of that area, American, describe what you do.
I look very dramatic. I raise my staff into the air and I start chanting in Elvish, screaming into the wind and rain as the plants overgrow and tangle all the way into the distance.
Yeah, just this
Radius.
enormous northwestern section of the castle's front yard, I guess.
The front yard. The lawn goes crazy.
The lawn just goes thick and overgrown, and it just pushes off out into the distance as well, because it's a 100-foot radius, so you've thrown it 100 feet away, it exploded, so there's no easy way around the absolute mess of weeds and thickets that have grown up in that area.
Very good. This should slow them down.
Thickets, you say?
Yeah.
Check out the
some really fat thickets are in there.
The juicy.
That's right.
In American, you can see it's quite satisfying for you, but as soon as you do that, you can see through. You catch a glimpse of the anger and frustration on the Revenant's face, the one that's sort of in the front. It is that Revenant's turn now, and he's continuing at the pace that sprinting pace, and he runs forward. Just past the dragon statue out the front of the mansion, stops, takes a look at all of the greenery that is growing, and just sprints indoors.
Oh, fuck.
Smarty.
Bill, over to you. Oh, you're muted.
So I'm still super fast for another 9 turns, I think.
Okay. Yeah, no. So and it's a concentration, right? So we'll add just like a little marker on there so we know that you're, so we don't forget that you're concentrating.
Concentrating real hard.
Be able to run up and dismantle everything, stack everything up nicely.
Oh yeah. I wonder if I can do anything to the fence.
Yeah, what's the fence made of?
The fence, from your memory, was just like a cast iron fence. One of those black cast iron fences with sharp little spikes protruding off the top, about 6 foot tall.
Okay, given I'm so
fast. You man.
Oh, actually, I don't even need to move for this.
God, you're fast.
I'm super fast. So, using my last really, really good spell slot for this, I am going to cast a spell centered here, and up to...
Centered on the dragon skull.
Just below it. Up to 6 creatures in a 30-foot radius sphere. Each regain some life. So Bill pulls out his lute again. There's a very soothing, very calming song. And casts Mass Cure Wounds.
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
And 6 creatures, so the 4 of us plus 2 of the skeletons will get 20 health back each.
Nice.
Wow.
Amazing.
First
Happens,
hit.
20, that's good.
I can buff myself by 20.
You can heal by 20.
Wow. Thanks, Bill.
I like to think
Yeah.
Bill thought it sounded super relaxing, but it's like at double the speed it should be. It was really frantic.
To him, it was very slow, very down tempo. And then he's just going to whip over here and just take a look at this fence and see if he can
That's right, because he can still move super fast with that turn as well. Yeah, great.
figure out how the best way to do it.
That
so that when
loot
they
is
get
like
here,
on your back and you're at the fence in like just the beat of a heartbeat. That's just like boom, you're at the fence now. And it brings back memories. You're looking through into that graveyard of where you'd all jumped over and had that first encounter with these revenants. the small mausoleum off to your left, looking down at the fence. There's more of these graves have been exhumed from the last time that you were here, and you can only assume that maybe this is where some of these Revenants' new bodies have come up from.
I thought they might.
Yeah. Anything else from Bill?
No, that'll be it for me.
All right. It is the Revenants' turns, and they both follow suit, just sprinting into the mansion.
Oh my god! I just realised this is like the end of Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Isn't it?
It's just.
Are we trying to get the car back? Is that?
Yeah, we're trying to get the Ferrari skull back in the garage. Oh, oh.
Boom, boom, boom.
Morley,
Yes.
Ferris Bueller, it is your turn.
Yeah, is there a rebounder around that I can jump over someone's front yard? Maybe 2 women sunbathing that I can destroy. That's a Ferris Bueller reference if you want. That sounds creepy otherwise.
Every episode.
I'm just going to keep dashing, which takes me to just past this door here.
Okay, great.
And I'm going to obviously dive into the shadows, try and hide again.
Yeah, great. Perfect. American.
I think I'm just going to keep dashing as well to keep up with speedy old Bill. Yeah. Nice
Okay.
easy move.
Baron?
Oops, I just drew on the map by mistake.
That's right, I can remove that.
Very good.
Well, no one's in view now. I mean, the Revenants aren't in view, so I'll dash along with the skull. That stuff.
Okay, great. The skull and the skeletons all just continue at their pace across the northern side of Argynvostholt.
Great.
Okay. You're not really certain what's happening inside the castle at the moment. Bill, it is your turn.
Yeah, I didn't see the Revenants go inside the castle, so I
No.
don't really know what to assume here. What does this fence look like? Does it look like I can tear it down?
It is just an iron fence. It would take either a pretty decent amount of damage from a spell or some decent attacks to break it. But sure, it's not indestructible.
Don't know if that's the best strategy. I'm just enjoying zipping backwards and forwards, so I am going to run up here with 30 feet of my movement. I'm just going to yell at the others, "Where are they? Are you alright?" To me it sounds normal pace, but it comes out probably quite fast.
The rest of you moved on before you would have seen the Revenants heading into the mansion. So you're not sure exactly where they are. As players you do, you've probably got a little bit of extra information about your characters. They are probably assuming that American's growth has stopped them or has slowed them down, forced them to maybe make another decision.
Yeah.
Could someone roll for insight to see if they could gain that knowledge?
Yes, but whoever rolls will be rolling with disadvantage due to the exhaustion.
Well, since I'm the
for
one that
America.
casts the spell, and insight is my specialty. Oh yeah, do I get that disadvantage cancelled out? Whereas Needles thing?
You do get that cancelled.
Because I haven't had a long rest.
Yeah, no, you haven't.
So I get disadvantage from the exhaustion, but advantage from Needles. So
Yeah, so it's
I'll
just a
roll my
standard roll.
insight roll. and it's horrible. It's a 2+4 for 6.
You think that the Revenants aren't going to be smart enough to do anything other than chase through that thicket, the overgrown woods.
Fat thicket.
The fat thicket.
Juicy.
Yeah. Juicy
Okay,
fat thicket is stuck in there.
So I'd say American probably lays out to build, that she used plant growth, filled that whole field with overgrowth, and that they're probably slowed down making their way through there.
Okay. In that case, thanks, American. And I'm just going to run back to where I was.
I like Bill's new voice.
I'm gonna. So that's 60 feet of movement. So I'm gonna use my additional action to dash.
Yeah.
I'm gonna run in here, see what's up.
So you're bounding over the fence.
Just leaping the fence,
Okay. I think with
landing in here.
with your dash, you do get a decent run up and jump. Obviously, your jump gets extended as well because of your movement speed. You run in and you get back into that mausoleum. There's still a couple of dead bodies in here from the last encounter when American mauled a Revenant to death in bear form. And there is a plaque that you may or may not remember that the Baron read out loud to the group that was written in Draconic. And what it you remember that it said, and you're looking at it now. Still, the letters don't really mean much to you, but you're remembering how Baron interpreted it. That was basically sort of talking about how this is the area for where the bones and treasures of Argynvost lie. And how he's the founder of the Order of the Silver Dragon.
Yeah. Okay.
Did it say like return the bones?
It says, here lies the bones and treasures of Argynvost, Lord of Argynvost Holt, and founder of the Order of the Silver Dragon.
Don't start questioning our strategy now. I mean,
No, it was it was the guy at the top of the thing, right, that told us to return the skull. If I remember correctly.
Yeah, American had visions of doing that, I think. As
Yeah,
well.
and then like Argynvost in a fiery form came up, kicked up out of one of the fireplaces within the mansion, and begged for you to return his people to normal, help uncloud their minds.
Okay. I think I've seen everything I need to in here. I'm just going to run back out and jump back over the fence.
Okay, great.
And just be behind this little corner here.
Okay.
I can't really do very much.
All right, Morley, we're back with you.
It's more morally of the same.
Okay.
Dashing. I'm not even going to bother to hide this time because I'm at a back castle wall.
So you're just doing your standard movement, or are you dashing? Sorry.
Dashing, sorry.
Okay, cool. Okay,
Is that
great.
there? About
Yeah.
there?
You're running out across. You finally see that fence, and Bill on the other side, having just jumped back over, just leapt over from the other side. And he waves. American.
Let me just see how far I can move. So if I move 30, where will that get me to? Level with the skull?
Yeah. So
I won't even.
near
I'll
the
just
front
be
of the skull.
alongside the skull.
Yeah.
I guess I'll just dash as well, like Morley. I got to get closer, but I'm going to be yelling. We have to reunite the skull with the bones. As if everyone didn't already know that, but she says it anyway.
Look, it's good to be clear.
Communication is key,
Yeah.
and that's my turn.
Okay. Baron.
Dashing all the way. So
All right.
if I can dash and then launch the skull over this.
So you would like them to attempt to throw the skull, a brittle old skull, over the fence?
So I thought it was mega tough.
It's just an old skull.
Of an ancient
It's
dragon.
I mean, if you want to
Okay,
risk
that's
throwing
good to
it
know.
over,
Won't be
I mean,
using this-
if it looks brittle, they will not be throwing it. I just
Do
assumed
not
it was
drop
very
kick
tough.
the skull
He
against
has-
the metal fence.
It is canon that it's light.
yeah, that's true. Like, if you want to give it a go, like we can see how that goes.
After your questioning, I do not.
All right.
But they might attempt to when it's there. So they're within walking distance next turn, right?
Mm.
And so they'll try and sort of prop it up and then tilt it over, like a because it's 30 feet long.
Yeah.
The wall's only 6. They can seesaw it over, I guess.
Yeah, they could totally. It might scratch the bottom of it, but yeah, that's fine.
It's been through worse, I reckon.
Oh, okay. And the Baron?
Dashing. So,
Okay. A lot of dashing. All right. Baron, you see as you're looking into the cemetery, through the door, into the room where you first met the Revenants, skidding across the stonework and to a halt in front of the door, is the Revenant with his spellbook.
Son of a bitch! I'm going to point at him. He's gone inside.
And he's just pointing back at you now. It's a point off.
No, hey. I pointed first.
Bill, your turn. Tense.
I am gonna see if this works. So if I see Baron pointing, there's gonna be a pretty strong sense that he's there, right?
Mm-hmm.
I am going to run here.
And now you can see him in that doorway. And the pointing from Baron, moves over to you now.
Hi, Bill.
And I'm just gonna say, "Come get me, bitch!" And I'm gonna run up here. So that's my normal movement.
Mm-hmm.
20, 10, 30. How far is that? Oh, it's not great. Yeah, I'm gonna run over to this spot over here.
Okay.
Him having seen me.
Yeah. Okay. It's as you round that corner of the mausoleum, peer through the gate back towards that door and the stairs leading up to that door, 2 of the Revenants burst through that door onto the landing of the stairs with their swords out.
God damn it.
Morley. Oh, you're muted. Bud.
Sorry. What state is that door in that they've just come through? Is that open or is it swung back closed?
It's
or-
open. It's open.
Damn. I was going to do something really cool there. Could it be closed? I'm gonna try and fire a crossbow bolt at just kind of the middle area of the Revenant to my right.
Okay. Yeah, give us a roll to hit.
I will do that. That is... Oh, fuck, that was just the damage, damn it. Sorry. 27 to hit.
Yeah, that's a hit. Sorry, I was looking at all the things that were coming up in roll 20. Yeah, 27 is definitely a hit.
Yeah, and I don't think I'll get sneak attack on this, so
no.
just 8 piercing damage. But really, I was just trying to kind of waylay him or give him something to think about.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, fair enough. He's thinking about that crossbow bolt in his chest right now.
And I'm going to move to take cover behind the... Oh, actually, am I going to get there? Maybe not. I wanted to try and... Oh, yeah, I can get here. Yeah.
Yeah, perfect.
Just behind that turret edge.
Cool. And I'm assuming hiding?
You're assuming correctly.
Thought so. American.
Things are getting pretty scary.
Dicey, one might say.
Thank you.
No, I would never say that.
That sounds
okay.
stupid, you're right.
I didn't want to say it.
Womp womp.
But
I'll stop introing it like that, I guess.
oh man, this is so desperate. Okay, I'm gonna try and buy us time with some of the last of the strength that I have. I'm gonna raise my staff up into the air and I'm gonna call out for the spirits of the swamp to aid us. I'm gonna cast Conjure Animals. The spirits of the swamp.
Shit.
And
All
guess
right.
what? I'm gonna conjure crocodiles.
Oh,
Again!
That are
Return of the croc!
What?
Return of the crocs!
What?
It's been a while
Yeah.
that you've used them before.
The reason I've chosen these is because I want them grappled, and that's part of their attack is that it's got a built-in grapple.
I hope you have their character sheet available.
I do.
Oh, you do?
I'm just
Okay,
trying to figure
great.
out how many I can get. I can get... They're half seer, so what does that mean? It means I can get 4 of them. So a line of shining, ghostly-looking crocodiles line up in front of them, conjured by me.
I don't
And gonna...
have a marker for them, unfortunately. So I'll just bring 4 cats. It's just-
Alright.
If that's okay for you, just
Catadals.
Fine. I'm gonna cry, grasp them, my children! And they're gonna roll their attack rolls.
whereabouts
Wait,
do
I better
they
make
spawn?
sure they can attack on this turn.
So they spawn next to you. Do
I'm
you get to
spawning
choose
them-
where they spawn?
60-foot range on the
They-
spell.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm summoning them in the way between the tower and the Revenants, and I'm going to have them rush the Revenants. But I just want to make sure I'm not cheating, and they can take their turn now. I think they can.
Summon creatures are friendly to you, blah, blah, blah. Roll initiative for the summoned creatures as a group, which has its own turn. So
Okay.
they get added into the list.
So they might just get wasted.
I should be able to give you access to them.
I'll still
Such
get,
a
like,
drama.
They
What's it called?
should be now controllable by you. So you should be able to, although it is just a cat, so just the token.
It's just the cat.
It's just a cat. So click the token and roll initiative for them.
I don't.
Because they'll get opportunity attacks as well, which is good if they do get run past.
That's true. So just a D20. They don't have. Actually, I'll add them on. I'll add them in. Add the turn. Just give
Please
me a
let them
just give me a
roll well.
just give me a D20, please. I think realistically, I'm meant to choose what appears. I think the DM, but I'm happy for you to make that decision. A 6. You've rolled a
say that-
6.
It doesn't say the GM has to choose the creatures.
Play the sick card. Play the
Oh.
sick card.
The GM has the creature statistics. I think that's all it means. Never mind.
I have heard that rule though, but it's just.
Yeah.
I guess that would make sense if someone wants to choose something that's completely out of place. Like,
Yeah.
14
yeah.
Rexy.
Well, you're in luck. They've been added. They don't go until after Bill, though. So we'll wait until Bill's had his turn before they have a go.
Could have got a giant seahorse.
That would be great. Just flopping around on the floor of the graveyard.
There's a giant goat. You could have summoned that with that other giant goat that attacked us.
That's true.
Sangsaw.
You could have just summoned
Sangsaw,
Sangsaw.
thank you.
Yeah, they could have become friends.
Anything else from American?
I'm going to take my movement to hide behind this building.
Okay.
Because this is a concentration spell.
Oh, right,
And
right.
American's looking very, very desperate and strained at this point. She's using up the last of her magic now. She's in a desperate situation.
Okay. Baron.
Okay, well, the skeletons will attempt to gently raise the big dragon skull, the very frail old dragon skull, up over the fence, tilt it over, and then climb the fence themselves.
I feel like this is going to take more than 6 seconds to maneuver this skull over.
Have you hired movers? Sounds like it.
I will allow. I'll run this past you, and you let me know if you're still happy to go with this. One of the skeletons is going to jump over to the other side. Maybe 2 of the skeletons are going to jump over to the other side. The other 3 are going to maneuver the front up and over and start the movement of getting the skull to the other side. It's going to take 2 turns to get the skull fully over, as well as having all skeletons over.
That sounds fair.
But they're going to be completely unusable for those 2 turns, other than focusing on that task.
Yep.
Okay. Cool. And what about you?
On the end of the second turn, can they move the skull?
At the end of the second turn, they will have expended their turn, their 2 turns getting it over. So that will be it done.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn it. Well, that's what they're going to do. They are determined.
Okay.
Go Janet, go Charlene, you guys go jump over the fence, would you please? And Chris, Todd, and other Todd, can you push it over the fence? Just be gentle though, because it's very it's old. It's an antique.
Cool. They start moving to get this over. It's very much. Is that area of the fence where you want it to happen?
I think so.
Okay, so again, morely what you're seeing is these skeletons kicking into action, moving it in, but they're very much getting in your way if you're wanting to do anything. But they're helping you stay hidden. Baron, what do you want to do with your action?
Yeah, well, I would have used teleport to get it over, but it's one of those spells that you can't cast at a higher level, and all that level is being used. Second level is being used. But I am going to cast I'm just going to cast Chill Touch on the red, the one with the spell book.
Yeah, sure. All right, give us a roll to hit.
Oh, I rolled it twice. So the first one is 11.
And that is a miss. That is a miss.
2 plus 9.
It's too much going in front of you with the crocodile snapping away, and which, by the way, you've now seen 4 crocodiles appear after American cast those.
Ghostly crocodile.
Ghostly. Oh, they're
The beautiful children.
If you look at the icons, instead of looking at it as the cat, and you look at the negative space, it almost looks like a ghostly mouth, I guess. So you can think of it.
Ghostly
Like a Muppety.
Yeah. Anything else from the Baron?
I am going to try and run up above Morley there. So to the east.
Oh, yeah. Okay, cool.
Hopefully out of sight.
It is the Revenant's turn with the spellbook, and he walks through calmly down some of the stairs and sort of stands.
I like how he's pretending, but I know he was running through.
Yeah, he's acting like he's all chill, but we know he was running.
Like walking. Yeah.
Well, he's got things he wants to do now.
I know what he's up to. Trying to look cool.
But I will get one opportunity attack from one of the crocodiles, American.
Oh,
I've rolled a natural 20.
what a
plus
time
4.
for it!
Nice. Give me double dice. So 2d10 plus 2.
Okay.
Does it get to grapple?
So
Once
it
it's
has
there?
to make a save.
Yeah, it makes a
So
save.
I've rolled quite poorly for that. So that's 5 plus 2 for 7. And that's piercing damage. And the target is now grappled.
Oh,
It
wow.
has an escape DC of 12. So he's grappled.
The target is grappled. Escape. Until the grapple ends, the target is
But he has to
restrained.
use. his
So he can't get
action
past.
to-
He can't. I think he gets to try and escape on its turn. So in
Oh,
fact,
it is his turn now, right?
yes, I suppose it is his turn. So we might just
Does it, take
reshuffle.
does it take an action to try to escape it?
Yeah. It'll be his action. So he's going to
Yay.
use. Oops, I needed to roll saving throw. Sorry, I think I rolled the wrong one.
It's Gator's MVP.
He's
Yeah,
failed.
goodness.
He's failed. He's only rolled a total of 9.
Gosh.
So this revenant with the
That-
spellbook has now just got one croc on his arm, like keeping him from being able to move. So it's not that he's grappled; he's restrained. He cannot move.
Yes.
That's great. You can still attack and okay. I don't even think he can do anything other than try and escape when he's restrained. Let's have a quick refresher. We don't use this very often. Speed becomes 0. It can't benefit from any bonus to its speed. Attack rolls have against it have advantage. Anything it does has disadvantage, and it has disadvantage on dex saving throws, which wasn't what he was trying to save with. But he's restrained now. Bill, he while he's fighting with this thing, he's just looking at you with like fury and anger, like he's so fucked off with this right now. Bill,
American
turn.
screams, "Get him, chompers!"
jumpers. So this is
I've
just
embraced the peepers and I've gone the other way now. Now I'm like, actually,
so American. Just for your reference, it was this one on the left that has
yeah.
got him grappled. I don't know if that means it maintains that bite.
It can't bite another target while it's maintaining that grapple.
Great. Okay. Perfect.
He's occupied.
Yeah. Certainly
Chompers is doing what Chompers does best.
This is
Chomper.
great. Over to you, Bill.
Chomp is gonna chomp.
Can I see him from here?
You can see the one revenant and a bit of the revenant with the spellbook behind him. So you can see one of the swords revenant and one of and the spellbook one.
Actually, I don't even know if it matters if I can see him. Yeah, no, I can better to see him. Okay, I'm just gonna yell at, "Haha, what a crock!" And cast Vicious Mockery.
And which one are
needs
you?
to make the spellbook one, the one that got bitten by the crocodile.
Yeah.
So for
Wisdom
DC 18
saving
to save.
Nat fail, just a 1. It's a total 7, so that he does not save.
It takes 4 damage.
Whoa, damage!
Would
And
not
it's
want to be that
psychic damage.
Level 10.
Four.
The power of level 10.
So I've used about 15 feet of movement. I'm going to use 45 to get down here.
Okay.
And then I have a bonus action where I can dash as well. But I'm going to ready my dash for when
Okay.
the blue guys get, I'll say within 40 feet.
Okay. So what's going to happen?
I'm going to dash away.
Okay.
I'm basically trying to draw them away from the party.
Okay, cool. It is the crocodile's time. Turn to shine, I think, Joe.
Their time to chomp. American's looking again exhausted yet crazed, and she cries out, "Yes, my beautiful children of the swamp, grasp at their flesh and do not let go." And they give it a go. They're gonna roll to hit. They give it a go. So the first one goes for this one here. How do they run? They sort of like have crazy little legs.
Yeah.
I don't know how you describe us. It runs like a crocodile up to the guy and bites him. Attempts to. I've rolled a 3 + 4 to hit.
That is a miss.
Yeah. So the second one's gonna go in for the front revenant again. Rolling. Another 3 + 4 to hit.
That's also a miss.
The final one stampedes in with all the grace of a flailing dishcloth and rolls. A 7 + 4 to hit.
That is a miss. Does the crocodile that's currently engaged with the other revenant do anything? Or is he just going to stay?
Oh my gosh, when did that happen?
Such a cute bond.
That's such a meet cute. I think that it just can't bite another target because it's just restraining.
Okay.
But I think it just uses his turn to continue grappling.
Okay, just keeping him restrained. Okay.
Yeah. He wouldn't Chompers would never open his mouth once he clamps on. That's not how he does it.
No, I mean, of
It's
course
not how he death rolls.
Yeah, exactly.
Good.
Very good.
He's got a restraining order on his
Yeah.
Hey.
fiance.
That's what I call Gatorade.
Oh my god, this has got to stop. The revenant that has the crossbow bolt in its chest pops it out now, and it just heals over.
That's right.
And he's looking about for whoever could have done that, but all he can see are these skeletons at this point, dealing with this skull, and he sees these crocodiles all around him. And I think he's just going to raise his longsword and slash down on one of the crocodiles twice. He's rolled a 17 and a 16.
That's a hit.
Doing a total of 41 damage.
41! No! Okay.
How much HP do
That's
your
not
crocodiles
good.
have?
19.
Because we've had this rule, we just haven't utilized it very often, but we have run with this rule for a long time, where if you deal enough damage to kill something, you can continue to swipe through into the one next to you. And so,
No.
with 41
Cleveland.
damage, it's going to kill 2 of your crocodiles.
R.I.P. Well, they didn't get names, so, Chompers all the way.
Just Chompers.
But
So-
no, I am devastated.
So he would have attacked the 2 that were late in front of him on the steps. So these 2...
They melt away, they dissipate away into the air.
Okay. And he slowly just walks down into the middle of the cemetery, and he's just looking around, and he sees Bill, and just takes a couple of steps forward to finish. Actually, how much movement does he have? Yeah, he's going to make his way a decent chunk over, which will get within that 40 feet, Bill.
Okay, I have questions.
Mm-hmm.
Can I see these things?
I don't know.
I probably wasn't paying much attention to them because I was trying
Yes.
to run away from these revenants.
Yeah, from the last time you were here, you remember the broken, dilapidated part of this mansion, and that there was the sickly sound of skittering spiders, giant spiders, but they kept to themselves for the most part. They never came away from their lair. And now that you're looking around for somewhere to dash, you're looking back over there, and you can see lots of these enormous spider legs.
Okay, and this is open.
This is open,
This-
yes. Yeah.
Oh, gross. Okay. I'm gonna go down to this square here.
Okay.
60 feet to the south.
60 feet to the south.
As you do that, you keep your eye on that dilapidated section, and this is the first time you're seeing it. There is like maybe a dozen of these enormous giant spiders just sort of nesting and putting web out onto the walls and just skittering up the walls. But they are enormous. They dwarf Ranzen in size.
Yeah, I'm just...
But they haven't noticed you at this point.
Okay. I'm hoping that's going to stay the same.
And the other Revenant also walks out just out into the middle of the graveyard, just looking around, not sure where the target's gone, and just sort of keeps an eye on what's happening with these skeletons, not really seeing them as any sort of threat. I will give one of your crocodiles an opportunity attack as he walks past American.
Oh, good. Let's see if you get a name. He's rolled a 12 plus 4 to hit.
Oh, that's a hit. So that he's gonna get
Bitey!
grabbed on his way down the stairs.
Oh, Grabby is also a good name. Grabbers.
Grabbers and chompers.
Chompers and grabbers.
And so he's just instantly... Oh, it's his turn. He's going to try and break away with a strength saving throw.
And I've rolled a 1d10 plus 2 for 9 damage.
Okay. Cool. 9 damage. And he's rolled a total of 26. So he does take that bite, but he breaks free of its grasp as he continues that movement into the graveyard. Morley, it's your turn. Oh, you're muted. Yeah.
I'm imagining this fence is like a wrought iron fence where I can like clearly see through it.
Yes, yeah.
Cool. I'm kind of crouching down on the ground, and I'm just going to shuffle slightly so I can see the Revenant that's kind of bearing down on Bill. And I'm going to throw out a firebolt.
Okay. Yeah, give us a roll to hit.
It's a 23.
That is a hit.
And it's 2d10, but I'm also going to use my magical ambush, which I got at my last level up to be able to deal sneak attack.
Perfect.
Here. So, a 5 and a 1, not amazing. But, fuck, where's my sneak attack button? 5d6 at this level.
Yeah,
wow,
man.
That's
What?
pretty intense. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Roll.
What have we got?
10. That is a shitter.
Oh,
That's an absolute shitter.
a 2, a
So-
1, a 2, a 1, and a 4. So total
Sneak attack.
total of 22 damage as this firebolt just hits and burns away at this Revenant.
And then I kind of
Pretty good.
back into the cover of the turret.
Yeah, great. There's plenty going on over there, so he just doesn't really know where that came from. American, back to you.
Gee, I don't know what to do on my turn.
By the way, with this concentration spell with the crocodiles, was the plant growth concentration as well, or?
No, it was
Okay.
instantaneous.
Oh,
so the
fantastic.
front yard is still very messy.
Yeah, yeah.
But I don't know what to do. I'm gonna try and run forward, so that I can be behind the skull.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll use my movement to do that if I can figure out how far that is. So I'll end up
Each of these squares
just
is 10
behind the
feet.
skeletons. Yeah, so I'll end up behind the skeletons.
Mm-hmm.
Can I use my action to help the skeletons and
They're
speed them
gonna.
up in some way?
Yes, I will let that be the case. So instead of finishing the turn finishing all of the movement, getting all the skeletons across, and ending that action at the end of their turn, they will have a little bit of extra movement on their turn as well.
Okay. I'm going to use my movement, helping them hoist the skull over the fence, while screaming unintelligibly.
I like unintelligently.
Well, at this stage, yeah, she's pretty much
Yeah.
nothing but a creature of adrenaline.
Get over the fence. Get this fucking thing.
Get a fence! Ah!
Baron, over to you.
Okay. When this revenant tries to get away from the crocodile, is that a saving throw?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
I am going to cast the not great spell cantrip Mind Sliver on the revenant with the spell book that's being bitten by the crocodile.
Okay.
And it gets disadvantage on saving throws, doesn't it? Or something like that?
On Dex saving throws.
Ah.
So what are we doing for this one? It's an
It
intelligence
has
save.
to make a of 17.
Okay. It has rolled a 12.
Great.
It
So
has failed.
it takes 8 psychic damage,
Okay.
but possibly more importantly, it takes subtracts 1d4 from the next saving throw that it makes before the end of my next turn.
Loses
so
a
that's,
D4. Okay.
3.
Yeah.
It tries to break free of the grapple, it'll subtract 3.
Okay. Okay, that's great. Because it is... the skeletons now, on their turn, have completed getting this thing. It's taken a lot of effort with the rain pouring down over them. But they have managed to get this skull and all of them, especially thanks to Mirakin's help, onto the other side. And it's now that you're looking at this skull next to the size of this mausoleum, where things like size-wise aren't looking like they make sense. Like the skull is enormous, and this mausoleum looks pretty small. But the message from within that mausoleum seems to insinuate it has to go in.
Perfect.
Good. Anyone got any Vaseline?
they've got half movement left.
Well, so it looks like even if they push it towards it, it's not going to go in.
We can try. Do you want to? They've got enough movement to get this skull in front of the door.
They are professional movers. If
That's
they-
nosing. Honestly, when I've
Yeah.
moved big stuff, you just got to get the tip in, and then you can kind of wiggle it around.
Well, don't do
Okay.
it like that.
Okay, they'll attempt to get the tip in and wiggle it around.
The Revenant isn't
I
quite
can
sure.
just hear the advice being yelled by Morley, who I'm standing next to.
Get the tip in.
Wiggle it around.
It'll
Right,
love it.
alright, already.
Yeah. The skeletons sort of maneuver this skull, and the Revenant's watching with uncertainty, not really sure what these undead skeletons are here for, what they're doing, what the skull is, and it gets it. These skeletons move the skull into the front of this mausoleum, the door wide open since Bill was recently in there, and there is a golden glow that kicks up from within the mausoleum. And with the rain pouring down, a crocodile latching onto one of the arms of the Revenants, all of you taking a shelter behind the mausoleum, and Bill, you're sort of eyeing up whether you should go any closer to these spiders or stay put. And this glow from within the mausoleum shoots out like a beam of light from this mausoleum and wraps around this skull. And it's a magical light that seems to just shrink the skull down enough to force and squeeze it inside the mausoleum. And then as the skull lands and places itself in the middle of the mausoleum, a purple glow in the shape of the skull swells up from the skull, glows into the walls of the stonework, and shoots up into the sky above you. Bill, was there something you wanted to say, Shannon? So yeah,
No, I was pointing up into the
Oh,
sky
okay.
because it's just shot up there. I was excited.
it shoots up, and it stops at about the same height as the tower to the south of the graveyard, and darts straight into that tower. And all at once, this enormous glow, this purple, bright glow, flashes, whoosh, just whips around 360 degrees around this tower, shining this light across all of Barovia. You see, we get a little snapshot of the mouth of a cave with a silhouette of a hairy, half-transformed werewolf looking out over Barovia as this light whoosh just whips across the sky. And he lets out this enormous howl. You see the abbot and Cloven standing at one of the windows of the abbey, looking out at the dreariness of the day, only to see this purple light whoosh whip past all of Kretsk. There are people out in the rain of Valaki, and they're just drenched in their rags, and they're smelling, there's muck and there's dead wolves all around, and this pulsing purple just shoots across the sky. Whoosh! And a few of them look up, and there's just this hope in their eyes, the smile creeping onto their faces. And then we see Strahd standing at Ravenloft, the mountains in his way. He's not sure what's really going on, but behind those mountains, every few seconds, is this purple pulse. He's not really sure what he's seeing, but he knows that this is your doing. And he crushes the glass in his hands. And that's where we're going to stop. Nah, so we're just going to take a break. We're going to take a break. We'll get more into more of this. We'll get into more of this, but we're going to take a break.
Ooh, that was exciting.
Purple rain.
Oh, Prince is coming back. Is that what it is?
This is it. This is
God.
What? From the dead. Yeah.
Artist formerly known as Strahd.
Oh no, Argenvost, I was imagining, actually is Prince.
Oh, he's Prince.
Yeah.
Could be.
Bill would be a good prince. Reincarnated. Already musical.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow, that was exciting.
Yeah.
That was huge. That was a
Good
huge
job.
moment.
You guys
did
tip in,
great.
wiggle it around.
Oh,
Yeah,
and
you
he's
give good advice.
Random has celebrated the moment
tip.
with 1,000 bits cheering you guys on.
Hey,
Oh,
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That was great.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that entire chase.
Man,
Yeah.
that was a really good combination of a lot of different abilities that led us to that moment.
You guys always managed to avoid damage so well. I was like, this is it. Someone's gonna drop. I'm gonna drop someone this game. I'm totally going to.
Not with chompers on the case.
No, there's always something that surprises me, something we haven't used either at all or rarely that just pops in and
Or super speed Bill.
I know that was another thing. I wasn't expecting that. I was 100% sure the Revenants were going to down Bill. I thought that was absolutely going to be the case.
Yeah, I only had 7 health, so I was like, fuck, I can't get touched. I think if they had started closer to us,
Yeah.
there would have been, because I noticed you were hesitated when you're like, oh, you're 100 feet away. I was like, whoa, that's lucky.
100 feet away from you, there was other people were close enough that depending on the initiative, shit would have gone so different. So different. Because I was just going to be not holding back with this fight. This was going to be
Fireball.
not fireball, but a lot of things that basically stop you from being able to move.
Ooh, scary.
Yeah. It was going to be full on. So you guys did really well by running. This is the one time where let's run away was 100% the right choice. With
Comes
Morley
in clutch.
with Morley coming in close, I was like, oh shit, maybe Morley's going to be the one that I'm going to down. I thought that was going to be, but then he just no, I'm out as well. I'm running. Everyone's running. I'm out.
Thinking.
So that was good. That was
Man,
exciting.
and then I saw his sword attack did 40 damage. I was like, fuck, my 20 health to everybody. Like, it would have basically been less than one hit.
Yeah, scary.
Crocodiles were great. I
Those-
think they bought us
Yeah.
Amazing.
so much time.
Yeah.
Although, to be honest, like my spell slots, like if that had dragged on, things would have gotten so bad. Like,
Right.
you know. But yeah, great job, team.
Yeah, I've got like 2 spell slots.
They wouldn't have gotten Dicey though.
Yeah, good.
Never.
Yuck. Who would ever
I
say
would
that?
never allow
Forget
it.
that.
Waffles is saying weekly reminder that you're all awesome, but he's also got a question. What 80s film do you think your character would fit into you? And he says, P.S. I love all
Into
of you.
me.
Would fit into. What?
Well,
Did I say that weird?
Would fit
Yeah,
into
you
it.
did.
You said fit into you.
Whoa, that's
Oh, first of all, what are you going to do? If I've learned anything about moving things,
which 80s film do you think your character would fit into?
80s. Oh, He-Man.
He-Man.
Be like
I can imagine the Baron in He-Man.
Skeletor.
What was what's the little black
Kima.
mage from He-Man?
Orko.
That's the one. I can imagine like Orko takes off his robe and it's just like skeletal little Baron.
True. Yeah, I was just thinking of Skeletor, but no,
You'd be the evil one.
Baron's not that cool. Come on.
no, it's not. Especially in that movie, it becomes all gold.
Oh, that's right. We're talking about 80s films. That's right. Sorry. Yeah.
With Dolph Lundgren.
Yeah.
No, 80s.
I don't have enough knowledge of like 80s films to think of one. I don't know. What is like the fantasy classics of the 80s and go? Like, I don't know. I haven't seen
Wasn't
many
Ending
of them.
Story, Labyrinth.
Ferris Bueller.
Yeah.
Ferris Bueller.
That's Morley's. That's the one Morley's in.
What year did Hook come out?
90s.
90s, yeah.
Yeah, just say Hook. I reckon Hook's fine.
Yeah.
Hook.
Right, you're gonna be in Hook.
Yeah.
There's only pirates in that.
And some seafarers of other kinds.
No.
Yes.
Pirates and Lost Boys.
Said seafarers. Yeah, other seafarers.
Willow was
Okay.
another 80s fantasy one, says Gar.
Oh, with Warwick Davis.
Yes. Drop Shadow says maybe everyone's in a Breakfast Club character.
Ooh.
We would be a good Breakfast Club overall.
A lot of those characters I wouldn't want to be.
I agree.
I wouldn't want to sign up.
And I also wouldn't want to be around them.
Oh, I know. The Baron would be from Flatliners.
Flatliners. That was great. I liked Flatline. It's probably terrible.
movie.
Is it? I haven't seen it since I was a kid.
Kiefer Sutherland.
Yeah.
Is that where they start like seeing how close they can get to like death, right? So and then bringing themselves back.
Yeah. And
It
like,
actually was good. They remade it as well.
I bet that wasn't. Was that good? The remake?
I haven't seen it, but I heard it's
Right.
not good.
No. Man, that was fun. That was really fun.
Oh,
Yeah, that was-
Flatliners
that was-
1990. Sorry.
Ah, damn it. I'm still struggling. I haven't seen enough movies from the 80s with I don't know, druidy type stuff in them to know.
Well, it doesn't have to have druidy stuff.
But like
She got
even
a
I
look
don't know.
That might go well.
I've got a better one for
No.
Baron. Weird Science.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Where
another one of
we
those,
make a
another one of those like 80s
beautiful
films where you're just
woman.
like, ooh.
with a computer.
I loved that movie when I was like 12.
It's pretty horny.
I mean, look at any 1980s movie.
Yeah.
They're basically all that.
Yeah.
The woman in red. Lady in red.
I'm going to go with Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. I think that'd be fun.
Oh, that's good.
What? Not Purple Rain? That's a movie?
Is it?
Yeah.
Never
Fuck
seen it
yes.
before.
He's got a purple motorbike. It's fuck.
Random
Well,
suggesting the Toxic Avenger. Who would be that? Might be a one for Baron. Baron, I can see Baron as the Toxic Avenger.
What? I'm not muscly. Maybe
It's true.
when he was Melvin before he became Toxic
Right.
Avenger, so maybe I'll be that.
There's a lot of those trauma films from the 80s, right?
Yeah. That's
Like
probably the most
Nukem
famous.
High. I remember watching that when I probably shouldn't have.
Oh yeah. I used to watch the Toxic Avenger movies with my mum.
Oh, right. I don't
Yeah,
think I've
remember
seen
he had a
Toxic.
blind
I've seen
girlfriend?
The cartoon. Like, they made
Yes, the
straight up just
Toxic
a cartoon.
Crusaders.
They made a cartoon of like an R18 trauma film. I love that. It's so
Yeah.
cool.
Toxic Crusaders, Toxic Crusaders.
Yeah, I haven't
And a
seen it.
toy line.
Yeah, it's so weird that they managed to like make an R18 movie and then turn it into like a child's franchise.
Yeah, well, same with RoboCop. There was cartoon, TV series, toys.
Mm.
They did
Was that
for
R18
everything.
though? It was, right? There was an
The
R18
movie,
version.
yeah. Yep. Good times. Good movies. Bad movies, but good.
Random
RoboCop's great.
Random Origin said the Bubbles sex scene with your mum. Lol. As in, you must have watched that.
I
You must
can't
have watched
remember
that
that part.
scene.
I can remember, yeah, I remember cringing about something like.
I don't even know what that
disappearing
means. I
into the
don't know
couch.
what the Bubbles sex scene is.
I can't
other than
remember
obviously
either.
there are bubbles involved.
I remember some weird sex scene with the Toxic Avenger and his blind girlfriend. They were all available on YouTube. All the
Really?
trauma films. I don't know if they're still are.
They're still making like Troma still makes films,
Mm-hmm.
which is interesting.
Well, they people make terrible films and then Trauma buys the rights. I think a lot of the
yeah,
time,
right. That makes sense.
or maybe
You
they
know,
fund some.
I've thought of a movie.
Okay, I was wondering why you were so quiet.
Gremlins?
Gremlins.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Gremlins.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be. Because you got a cute little fuzzy wuzzy little dude who's your little bestie, but then there's little ugly little monsters you've got to fight off.
Gremlins is
Fantastic
awesome.
movie.
Gremlins is so good.
Yeah.
And I dare I say it, Gremlins 2 is the perfect sequel.
It's fantastic as well.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
Gremlins too. I only saw it for the first time recently, and I just loved it. I think
Yeah.
it might be my favorite movie now. I'm not even kidding. I think it might be my
Okay.
favorite movie ever.
Gremlins,
It's so funny.
Yeah,
It's
Gremlins
just
2 would have
hilarious
been-
and silly.
yeah, Gremlins 2 would have been so bad if they just took the original and just did it again. So I love
Yeah.
that they just went wherever they wanted to go.
You think
Yeah,
Gremlins 2 is the perfect sequel to
Perfect
Gremlins, or just the perfect example of a sequel?
Perfect example of a sequel.
Have you heard of a little movie called Back to the Future 2?
That's great. Back to the Future 2 is
That's a great
fantastic.
movie.
It is fantastic.
Terminator 2. It's quite good.
And see,
Terminator
Terminator 2 didn't do the original, but more of it. That went in a different direction. So again, that's a perfect example of a sequel as well.
And Aliens.
Yeah. There are some really good sequels. And I'm just saying, Gremlins 2 gets overlooked, but that's up there with like all of those other masterful sequels.
For some reason, I think people.
And I'm not even being ironic. I'm being serious. I
No,
love
it's
it.
fantastic.
Yeah.
People think that Gremlins is directed by Steven Spielberg. I think there's some sort of
It has his name
Oh,
to
yeah,
it,
he
right?
produced it, I think.
think so, but it's directed by Joe Dante,
Yes. Yeah.
who runs the YouTube channel Trailers from Hell. So you should check that out.
Oh, okay, cool.
And he gets directors on and stuff, and they pick a trailer from an old movie and they talk about the movie.
Okay, cool.
So they kind of
cool.
recommend movies, and you'll find some great trash.
I know
and weird stuff.
the guy who played Billy in Gremlins wants to make a third Gremlins. So
I bet he does. What about, I think there's more of the story to tell about me, about my character. What do you guys reckon? I would
Yeah.
have thought so, Billy. No, come on, it'll be real good.
I think that was a great like Gremlins 1 had that sort of trope of the dad that is an inventor that invents stuff that doesn't work. You know,
yeah,
that was a big in the
as
80s,
well.
wasn't it?
Yeah.
toothpaste dispenser, etc.
Wow, another cracking sequel from the 80s about an inventor. Who could forget Short Circuit 2?
Dude, as a kid, I loved it. I haven't watched it
Yeah.
since I was a kid, so I have
Don't
no
think it holds
idea.
up.
No, I wouldn't imagine.
I watched Short Circuit recently.
Does that
The first one.
hold up?
Well, no, not really.
Okay. It might have. I don't know.
Has it got
clearly
Courtney
not.
Cox? Is that his
Yeah.
Short Circuit?
Really?
Yeah. I think that was like her first movie, wasn't it?
Wow.
Is it Courtney Cox, or is she in the sequel?
Oh no, sorry, Ali Sheedy.
I was going to say Courtney Cox would have been like 12.
Wasn't she in the sequel?
Is Adam about 5 pixels worth of information for anyone else? Because that's about all I'm seeing.
Looks okay to me.
It looks fine. Looks fine.
I've got a very
Not to
blocky
me.
head.
Just in general.
Yeah, very pixely
Maybe
head.
I'll try resetting mine because I'm not seeing very well.
Oh, okay. It was Ali Sheedy. Okay.
Batteries not included.
Oh,
that was great.
Yeah.
It's a good movie. Cocoon, remember that one?
That was good as
Old
well.
People. I rewatched that.
Did you ever watch like The Explorers?
Yes.
Where they used like an Apple II computer to like somehow create a spaceship or some shit.
Yeah, aliens pick up transmissions, through space.
Yeah.
And they go to Earth. Vague memories of
Long
it.
time since I've seen
Flight
that.
of the Navigator.
I showed
As
Joe
the-
Flight of the Navigator.
Oh,
As the timekeeper, I have to interject on this nostalgic moment and remind us that we've got a game to play.
Thank you.
wow.
Otherwise I just keep naming
brothers, so that's
movies
awesome.
from there.
Just
80s movies though. Chav
Electric
Hunter
Dream?
says hi, by the way. Hi, Chav Hunter. I don't know. I can't call you Chav. I got to call you Hunter, right? That'd just be weird. Chav Hunter. Hi, Chav Hunter. All right. Well, let's get back to it. And we'll say big thank you to everyone who has resubscribed tonight and is following us. Baghead ended up following us, which is awesome. Thank you for that. Come say hi on the Discord, and let's get back into the game.
yeah.
Right. Back at the graveyard that you're in, from the tower to your south, just that pulsing purple light now. Almost like a beacon of Argynvost himself, just whipping around 360 degrees, almost like a lighthouse, sending this beacon out over Barovia. And you've been so caught up in that light and the event that's just unfolded in front of you, and suddenly your senses snap back, Mirakin, and you look back towards the Revenants just to be battle ready, and the Revenants have dropped to the ground. They're not moving. They're not moving anymore. The other thing that's kind of hit all of you now is just this feeling of hope, this absolute feeling of hope and joy within you now. From here on in, you all get a +1 bonus to your AC. You also get a +1 bonus to any saving throw while you're in Barovia.
Whoa.
Now that you've got the beacon
What?
of Argynvost looking over you.
Wow.
Sick.
And now you're just standing in the rain outside Argynvost Hold with this pulsing light every few seconds.
Bill's just gonna run back up. Rejoin the crew.
Okay.
Shall we go see the Lord of the Manor, maybe?
Yeah.
What do you remember from your encounters with the Lord of the Manor?
He was grumpy.
Oh,
He
this
was very
yeah.
grumpy.
Didn't want to bargain at all.
Do you remember what his
was-
stance was?
Isn't it
yeah,
that
he
they
didn't
wanted to
want
kill-
to. He wanted Strahd to suffer eternally at being alive.
Yeah. He basically didn't want anything of what you were selling, basically. He thought the idea of keeping him alive forever in this hell was the ideal punishment for Strahd. He was so angry he could not be swayed.
Does anyone sense that hope that came to me? As she says that, the light sort of returning to her heart changes her appearance, and a tinge of auburn comes back into her hair as she comes back into the autumn season, when she has, I feel a restored sense of vigor in my heart. Perhaps we have done something great this day, I suspect. Let us go.
Yes, I'll follow you. Where to? Into the.
Well,
Castle.
we'll head towards that purple light, right?
Who was?
Or was he was
who actually-
upstairs.
Who got an audience with? I believe the name was Vladimir.
Bill, I think.
Ooh, I don't.
Yeah, I think it was me.
I think it was only you, wasn't it?
He was
The-
on a
the rest-
throne.
Yeah, the rest of the crew was like round the corner.
Yeah.
Um,
Let us go see him. We might find him in better spirits.
I think we should at least try.
Okay. All right. Let's. I'm just going to put you guys. Are you guys going to continue concentrating on the spells, or are you going to let those?
Mine's about to drop. So
Okay.
I am
American.
going to pat Chompers and Grabber and give them a little tussle and show them how proud I am, and I'm going to maintain them, and they're going to flank me as we walk along.
So they're going to come along with us.
Yes. They last for up to an hour.
Okay. Okay. Great. What I think is
Very proud of them.
Yes.
I am very impressed with with calling them and utilizing them in this fight.
I'm going to pat this revenant on the ground.
Yes.
Say,
Pat him.
yeah, you did well.
Yeah, these revenants are now nothing more than just dead corpses.
They gave it their all. I got
They
to
did.
respect that.
So you said the light shot across to the tower. Is it emanating from the tower now?
It's from the top floor of this
The
tower.
central.
Yeah.
The central building. Okay.
It's above the area that you've just started walking into. I know you guys went up these spiral staircases last time you were here, and it does just lead to that tower, and you didn't find anything up in that tower. The means to get up to where Vladimir was using the main stairs in the foyer, and if you like, we can fast track that because it's two floors up. You already know the way, and we can say that the journey through Argynvost is relatively quiet. There wasn't much going on before, but there's just a stillness and peace to this now. And so
Let's go in quickly.
Let's move you all. I'll just grab all of your tokens. Sorry, I'll just move you guys into a clump so I can grab you all. Oh, and the crocodiles. Where are we off to? Let's... 1 second. I'm just going to paste you guys outside and then move you in. I'm assuming, Bill, you're the one sort of leading since you know the whereabouts. Skeletons all coming with as well.
Mm-hmm.
and the crocodiles. We've got a lot coming up. These the spiral staircase here. We'll bring them all in as you eventuate, as you make your way through. You've made your way up 2 floors of Argynvost Holt, and you arrive on the 3rd floor where you know Vladimir is more than likely still seated in his throne. Ahead of you, the ruins of there's just this big, enormous opening in the top of the Argynvost Holt, where the rain is still pouring down into the area that you're in. There's a door to the north. There was some movement and I think there was some chatting or some murmuring happening from within that room at one point, and now it's now that you're here this time, there doesn't seem to be any voices coming from beyond that door. But there's a bit of movement coming from that door, and you know just ahead of you, to the right, just through the wall at your right hand side, Bill, is where Vladimir was. So in here, and there's just a bit of movement coming from the one on your left.
I'm just gonna round the corner. Letty, how are ya?
What a greeting.
I did not expect that. You see through all of this rubble, you sort of stomping down all of this slippery, wet stone and wood, and you see the wooden throne with its dragon sort of wings facing you. And you can see again, you remember, so there's a bit of a flashback happening. You remember the last time you burst into this room, when you called out for him, he just like tightened his grip and with frustration on his throne. But this time, and you see his hand there, there's not that same sort of response. Instead, the figure at the throne stands, and he walks around the throne and faces you. He says, "Did you do this?"
Yeah, we brought the skull back. Did you see the beacon?
I did. You've made me very happy.
Ah, beautiful. I'll be honest. You got a real good poker face. It was a hard read.
And he's sort of making his way just slowly towards you. I haven't felt like this in a very long time. What was your name?
My name is Bill, and these are my friends. And I gesture for them to kind of introduce themselves as they walk in.
Hello, Marley.
In front of you is this is the first time you've seen him, Morley, but there's just this power behind this creature standing in front of you. This undead revenant. Unlike some of the ones that you've already encountered, there's just a strong presence for him. And you know from the stories Ismark has spoken to you about, this was Argynvost's strongest soldier that fought with Argynvost in some large wars before Strahd's curse hit this land. It's nice to meet you, Morley. I am Vladimir.
Pleasure.
And he looks out to the rest of you, sort of behind Bill. Please, come
American Baron, come in.
Okay. Chompers, grabbers, this way.
I sense great power from you, and I apologize, Bill. I apologize for how I treated you last you were here.
That's okay. You had, I'm sure, quite a few bad centuries.
I have had nothing but vengeance in my mind since my dear partner was taken from me. I've wanted nothing more than for Strahd to suffer. And you've cleared my mind. And I think what you are after is what shall be followed.
Okay. And what am I? What do you think I am after? What is that?
Why do we even care, guys?
Very confident. The confidence here is fantastic. But he's too enamored by how charming you look, Bill. So you mentioned last you were here that you sought to destroy. You wanted Strahd removed from Barovia.
I thought we said we wanted to kill him.
Yes. That I'm also okay with that now.
Oh,
Yay!
it's quite a
you've
turnaround.
Come around to our way of thinking, Vladimir. Although I will say, we're certainly not opposed to him suffering either. But perhaps some suffering, then death.
That's what I like to hear.
Just maybe not eternally, if it means that everybody else also has to suffer with him. Maybe if we could lock him in a pocket dimension and he can suffer eternally in there, I'd be okay with that. As long as everybody else is okay. That's really what we're after. Is everybody except Strahd is okay.
Well said. You have such a way with words, Bill.
And Rahadin. And Rahadin, just in case.
And Strahd and Rahadin.
You all look exhausted. How did you achieve what you have achieved?
Well, a mixture of skill, dashing good looks, and a shitload of luck, really. We teleported into Strahd's castle without knowing that it was his castle and took that opportunity to take the skull.
That was me.
That was Morley. He didn't even need very much encouragement at all, really. He was up for it. That's what I'm saying in the book. He was up for it.
Many have tried. Many have tried what you have sought to do here today. None have managed an inch of what you a lot have achieved in your time here. How can I serve you in your efforts to destroy Strahd?
Well, we know that Strahd has a lot of quite loyal followers, werewolves and the like, and probably a bunch of other vampires and undead things. And we're just four. So if you could help us with you and your army, just raising a thing just to see what his reaction is. I'm sure that would give us a fighting chance in the battle to come.
Yes, you must speak with Godfrey. Tell him I give my blessing for him to create an army for this.
We don't do well with like extended periods of serious chat. No,
I think He mostly spends his time in this chair looking out the window, right? So I cut him some slack.
It's okay, Vladimir. You haven't spoken to anyone in a long time, I'm sure.
Have you heard of Toastmasters?
Bill, that is all too accurate. I myself haven't spoken with my dear Godfrey in years. When you speak with him, please tell him to return to me. Awkward thing is he's actually he's in this castle as well. But I've been here in my throne room clouded by vengeance, and I want to help you, and then I can return to Godfrey.
Okay, so we bring him here, or you going to him? Or...
We can go talk to him.
We'll go
Can I come
to
with us?
Godfrey.
I'll tell you what, I'll come with you.
Come with.
I'm honestly very excited to see Godfrey. It's been a long time.
I'm excited to see Godfrey.
He is a beautiful man. You will
Okay,
enjoy his company, but not too much. Not as much as I'm going to.
Oh, okay. Sorry, just out of game for a second. Was I away when we met Godfrey or knew of Godfrey?
We don't know Godfrey.
Well,
why is everyone just going along with this Godfrey character?
You guys haven't met Godfrey yet.
Have we ever heard of Godfrey?
No. This is the first you've heard of Godfrey. Feel free to ask questions.
Vladimir, I'm so sorry to hold up proceedings and stall your reunion with Godfrey. What?
A little smile crosses his face when you mention his name.
Yeah, we're all excited, but why don't you tell us a little bit about Godfrey? Like, who he is, what he does for a living, what he likes.
Godfrey is the main reason for the vengeance I have for Strahd. Godfrey and I, a long time ago, were to be wed, and Strahd took him from me. In my vengeance, I brought upon Argynvost's numerous soldiers and took to Strahd in 100-year war. I brought Godfrey back as well to help, but my stubborn mind was not able to enjoy his company. Don't know where that came from.
That sound. I thought that was out my window.
Someone kicking some like animated armor or something in the castle. Yeah. So where was I? He brought
Godfrey back,
as well as a bunch of other soldiers, but it's all in the form of revenants. They're all undead. They're all cursed. We're all cursed. The same as anybody else who dies here.
Sorry, this might be a rude... Sorry to interject. My name's Brintel. This is Chris, Charlene, Janet, Todd, and Penny. So the Revenants, you speak very well. You seem to have your wits about you for a Revenant. Is it the same for everyone else?
I'm not sure what powers gave me the ability to maintain my memories in the mind that I have. Just the pure anger of seeing myself cut down by Strahd's armies, and the furious nature that I had dwelling within me. And the dark magic called me back into a body. And I have been here, tormented, ever since.
And the other Revenants, are they like you? Or
I have brought them back myself. I don't have the ability to have them maintain their minds, but I could bring their souls to bodies scattered across Barovia to be here at my side.
Okay, so is Godfrey, is he not quite as well spoken as you, or is he not, chatty?
He's been wanting what you've wanted for a long time. He wanted the end of Strahd, but because of our connection, he would do what I asked. He honored the decisions that I would make. He's going to be very, very pleased to see that you have helped sway me to his way of thinking.
Oh, so he was more okay. He was trying to sway you. All right, sounds good.
Let me take you to him.
Yeah.
And he moves past all of you back towards the area that you came up, stomping through the rubble and wood and stone, back to the doorway in the hallway, and he opens it up, and what you're seeing in here looks to be some kind of it's a spacious chamber, and there's a big heavy wooden table in the middle of it, and in each of the 6 high-backed chairs, each of them with wood-carved dragons at the top, are just skeletal humans, revenants, motionless, slumped in their chairs. And standing at the window is quite an upright. It's got a good posture and good poise to him. Standing at the window, looking out at this purple light flashing across Barovia. And he turns, and his face is skeletal and undead, and he sees all of you, but he looks towards Vladimir, and a smile crosses his the sort of dead and very beaten and cursed face that he has, and while looking at Vladimir with a smile, says, "You did this. You've all done this for us." His red eyes piercing the room.
Yes,
Wow.
but for you and for Barovia. For all Barovia.
And you, Vladimir, you're all right. And Vladimir nods and says, "Godfrey, I can think clearly now." And he moves towards Godfrey, and they meet in the middle of the room. And they each hold out their hands. They hold on to each other's hands. And they just look into each other's eyes. I'm glad to have you back, Vlad. And they just embrace in this chamber.
OTP.
And that's held for a good 20 seconds.
Long time coming.
Yeah.
They've been hanging around for avoiding each other for 100 years or so. Huh?
Look what we've done on this day. We have reunited lost loved ones.
And
Truly.
undead that are like having normal conversations and being nice. This is fantastic.
I feel a weight lifted off my heart on this day.
And Godfrey looks over Vladimir's shoulders at you all. If I could cry, know that I would. Thank you. Thank you for bringing my Vlad back to me. And Vlad steps back and says, "Godfrey, we must give them an army. They are here to do what you have wanted for so long. And I believe with everything that they have done here today, they shall be the ones to take down Strahd. And Godfrey looks at the Revenants slumped in their seats. Are there any other Revenants you've come across? Are they also in this state?
Yes.
It will take some time, but the lands being as cursed as they are, returning Argynvost's soul to this mansion should have seen all of us Revenants returning to peace, our souls into the afterlife. But as long as this curse is here, their souls will merely be trapped between their bodies and the afterlife. It will take some time, but I will do what I can to build you an army of Revenants at your side.
Thank you, Godfrey.
Thank you.
I think that's a good place to call it. I think we'll call it there. Gives us a really good place to start next week.
Wow. It feels like we are at the very business end of Curse of Strahd.
Mm-hmm.
I want to ask these guys if they know anything about the werewolves, because I'm like, what if we could recruit the werewolves? Just saying, they might be on Strahd's side now, but what if we turn things around for them as well?
Possibly.
We need to speak to Hugh Jackman about that. Hugh Jackman guy. Or did we kill him? Did we kill him?
I think he escaped.
Oh, that's
No,
right. He
you-
ran off with his tail between his legs.
I thought
Huge
you-
ass man.
No, didn't you like kill him and skin him? I thought like everyone got their like. Oh wait, which one are you talking about? Kirill? Is that what you're talking about? The vampire? The werewolf? Sorry.
I can't remember. It was so long ago.
One at the tower.
At the tower, at that tower you're
Yeah.
at, Kazan's tower. All of the werewolves got murdered, right?
I thought he managed to run away, didn't he? Or not?
Yeah.
I'll
There
have
was some debate
I
amongst
might have
us.
to have a look over it. I'm so certain that none of them survived, but you might be right. I'll have to check over.
How could you forget after Kirill's immortal words? They're a real pack of werewolves.
Touche. You guys have done heaps tonight. You guys have done such an amazing. The last two sessions have been such a joy knowing what was coming and seeing if you could make it happen. So
I thought your description of the purple light and everything going around Barovia was great. I was really feeling it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's huge.
I love that Strahd broke a wine glass. That pleased me.
Yeah.
Classic
One of a
villain
set too.
stuff.
Yeah,
He what?
one of a set. He
Oh no.
He's gonna go break all the others now.
He's got three. He's got three glasses now. From that,
Damn it.
It's like
So frustrating when that happens.
when I get married, I won't even be able to have another couple over. We'll have to get some other glasses.
Yeah.
All his mates that would be dying to come over to celebrate with him.
one of them has to have a mug.
By the way,
He'd do that, surely.
I love that Vladimir and Godfrey were just like dating before this all went down. This is so good. I love that.
Dating.
I'm surprised.
You said
I don't.
were they
I-
engaged, was it?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, that would to be weird. Yeah.
I kind of want to ask why, like, there was only a corridor between them. Why?
Because he was cursed as fuck.
He was
So
just
close, so far away.
And like it's he mentioned that he'd been trying to sway him to do otherwise, but he hadn't spoken to him in a long time. So there would have been there's been some in the last few hundred years, some interaction, but not much.
God, it'd be like going out with me. Should we go out? No, I'm still thinking about that thing that fucked me off.
thing that happened on the internet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
I am. By the way, I I have no idea what's next. I literally have zero idea from what is going to happen after this room. This is the last of my knowledge of where this is going. So
Gonna kill Strahd.
Need to have a think about. All I'm saying is there's only so much I can prep for next session, so it might be a bit more ad hoc.
We'll just have to restart the session so I can ask them about the werewolves real quick.
Oh no, we can do that. We can do that. Oh, you thinking you might want to follow the werewolf?
Well, I'm just like, well, I don't know if they'll know anything about it, but
right.
I'm like, if we have been able to like free this like area from a curse and sort of gather a team of revenants on our side, I'm like, what if we could do the same with the werewolves? It would be like the most epic. Like we'll be winning over all these factions to raise against Strahd. But I just don't even know if they know anything about the werewolves or if that's even possible.
Yeah, I mean, there's a chance Godfrey might. I don't know if Vladimir would, to be honest. Vladimir's been preoccupied.
Godfrey has beautiful hair. I wanted to compliment on his beautiful hair. He was right. He is
Godfrey
a beautiful
cool.
man.
I like Godfrey.
Yeah,
he looks cool.
I like his collar.
I changed what Vladimir looks like because he straight up looks like Pennywise from It.
What?
And I'm like, so I changed what he looks like.
Excuse me?
He just looked way too much like Pennywise.
Odd bit of art.
You're going to have to show it to us.
If you zoom in on his token, you can kind of see it.
Oh, wow.
And I was just like, I don't like that. And plus, like, it was just a really weirdly black and white sort of pencil art style image, and I wanted to get something that looked a bit more like the rest of the art we use.
Hey,
and then Godfrey looks great.
Are you able to tell us straight up if the invite to dinner at Strahd's is we've run the clock on that presumably, and it's no longer a
I don't know how that could happen now. I was saying to Joe yesterday that with everything that's occurred, I don't know how that's. You just meant to show up for like, you haven't made dinner yet. Kind of like, where is it?
If we turn up with a pot roast or a bottle of wine or something, some flowers.
Yeah, I mean
roses, chocolates,
yeah.
Roses, chocolates.
I mean, I guess there's a way that it might happen. But I don't know how. I've tried to initiate it a couple of times, but they've always fallen through.
Isn't that always the way, making plans as an adult?
So is,
Okay, so I'll give you one little spoiler. But it's not a spoiler anymore because it literally can't happen anymore. Rahadin was going to pick you up in a carriage. Basically, he was going to show up in Vallaki in a carriage, but now you hate him and he hates you, so that's probably not going to happen.
He doesn't know who shot him.
Well, you assume he doesn't. He may or may not. I have the answer to that one up here.
Oh, okay. He does.
He might not. He may or may not.
But he does.
Definitely does.
But
does.
In my head, I was like, if Radin just shows up in a carriage, you'll kill him.
Yeah.
Because of all of the stories you've heard. So I'm like, well, that's not going to work now.
Hello.
Just like
what if I
face
take
from
your
all the
carriage?
fireballs and Strahd, I don't know. I don't know. I am at a point where I really don't know what's next.
To be honest, I don't know if I even want to have dinner with him. I don't think he's that great.
Fair enough.
Don't know if I like him anymore.
Yeah. I don't think the dinner needs to happen. That's for sure. It was like I said, I think most people do the dinner early on in the campaign.
Who the fuck is going to go have dinner with him? Is it a common thing that people do?
Yeah. Like groups actually put on a dinner. Like they get together and they actually role play the dinner in person, kind of thing. Sometimes see a lot of that in the D&D scene.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is kind of cool.
We've missed the boat on. We should have done that absolutely.
Yeah. But I
We could do it at Yumcha.
Just in the middle of dragons on Tory
set up
Street.
the laptops,
Yeah.
get that sorted.
Got a Majestic,
Stream it
man.
out.
That's a good one.
Thank you for these spring rolls, Strahd.
So,
Chicken feet. I wasn't expecting these to be served at your house.
I'll have 2 more of those, please.
And you could pay the staff to dress up as mongrel folk.
Fuck, how much you going to pay them?
Patreon money
I'll
going to
do
good
it.
use there.
I'd do it.
I've just got some leathers you can put on. Can you put these on?
Now,
and get
listen
get them to
carefully.
wear boots and flippers and be like, it's for the bit. You have to
Yeah.
do this,
Yeah.
please.
Reagan's going to take you through some accent coaching now. Now, listen,
Just someone should.
initially, it's going to sound very offensive.
Someone. Actually, just use your accent. That's fine. That's someone walking up with like a little chicken foot out of their sleeve like that.
So good.
I really
Yeah.
don't know if the dinner's going to happen.
I
Strahd,
just
if you
wouldn't.
We should
hadn't,
just decide that now. Honestly.
if you hadn't guessed, Strahd's already pissed off because he sent a bunch of wolves after you the moment he
Okay.
realized what was going on.
I'm pissed off too.
yeah, we did steal from him.
He's relatively left you alone because he didn't want to annoy you too much because he wanted to have you over for dinner and he wanted to see if he could reason with you in some way and talk to you. But now I don't know if Strahd thinks that you guys are open to chat anymore.
Maybe if he sends us like a real bashful letter and like props up our egos, just grovels a little bit, like.
You guys are so cool. I would love it if you came to dinner. And
I just feel like we got off on the wrong foot, and I didn't mean to annoy you, so I'm really sorry if I came off overly aggressive. You know, let's just talk this over like that.
Yes.
Mm.
And
I
or
read,
maybe we could meet at somewhere neutral, you know, like movies or
Barovia.
like a restaurant.
At a restaurant in Vallaki, maybe.
We could
Go to
pay.
the-
You've got the cash.
Yeah.
I've heard good things about Baba Lasagnas.
Yeah. That's what he's serving, actually, Baba Lasagna.
I bet he is. We could meet him in the proper realm. Is it Faerun?
No one can get to Faerun.
I bet he can.
He's cursed here as well. He's stuck here.
Oh, that's the whole plot.
That's
hook of
literally the whole. That's.
the whole
That's the whole
story.
point of it.
I mean, that is
his
the
curse.
curse of Strahd. That is literally what the.
Right.
That is
Forget
the
I
whole
said
thing.
that. That was really dumb.
But
I
yeah,
haven't
why not?
played
Let's go back to
Pioneer for very
Faerun, guys.
long.
It was that easy. We'll just go back.
Sorry.
Oh, I should just leave and go to a restaurant in the Faerun.
back to Waterdeep. Let's just do it there. Actually, that's it. Kurt Strahd's like, I didn't even think of that. Let's do it. I've heard they've got a
The
common code.
Vistani can go though, can't they?
The Vistani
Yeah.
can come and go. Yeah, that's right.
We should get them to bring us back some takeaways.
I can go on a bakery run for us.
Oh,
You
in,
did.
in all seriousness, how do you become Vistani? Is it like you're born Vistani, or can you
Yeah. It's,
identify as Vistani?
well,
That's true.
Because we could get Irina to become a Vistani. She could convert to Vistanism.
well, Esmeralda's a Vistani.
Well, if
Yeah.
she hugs Irina and takes her to another realm, if she like, carries her through the mists, and then we can be like, "Let's do dinner. You can't get what you want. Your bride."
So, can they only bring things in but not out? Is it
They
like a one-way
can't-
door,
Or
or can they take stuff out?
They cannot. Well, they can take items in and out. That's fine, but not people.
Souls
Yeah.
can't
Yeah,
go
yeah.
through the wall.
It's the mists. The mists, man. They're dangerous. Yeah.
Yeah, I like the idea of converting to Vistani. Let's all do it.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
And then
What
we'll
you-
leave.
You could
Just leave.
You could die, and your soul will be trapped here, and eventually you might be born into a Vistani body, and then you're Vistani, and you can just leave.
But when the soul comes back, do the memories remain?
No.
Okay.
So it wouldn't be like Groundhog Day where we keep throwing ourselves in front of buses and
Just every session is a new 30 years. It's just 30 years of just dying and then growing up into a new
Groundhog
adult.
Day.
Yeah.
So it's like a rogue,
Yeah, that'd be good.
kind of.
But without memory, so you really are just doing the same thing over and over again, and not growing.
But you could write stuff,
Well, that's true. That actually is kind of cool.
on a central pillar or something.
Just give you memories if that's the case. I'll just say, yeah, you've got memories then.
Thank you.
I came up with this ingenious plan. And Deem's just like, well, now you have memories.
yeah. Fine, memories.
batter into submission until it's not fun for anyone anymore.
Yeah. Okay, fine. Strahd just leaves. He can
Strahd's
leave.
heart must be, yeah.
Strahd just leaves.
Off to
It's
Waterdeep.
the worst anti-climax ever. Strahd just leaves. He hates
He's
it.
just kind of had enough.
Yeah, the curse was the unfunness we made along the way.
We were the curse of Strahd the whole
True.
time.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe we shouldn't bother with the dinner thing. It's going to be pretty awkward. If we miss the boat,
It could
miss the
still
boat.
happen. It's honestly, it comes down to whether or not your characters think it's something that should be done. Whether that means it's part of your plan to get in there and kill him, or if there's something that you want out of meeting him face to face. If there's something that you as a group feel it needs to happen, we can totally make it happen.
It sounds like a good topic for only plans.
Yeah. Definitely have a chat about it. But as of between now and the next session, so American, you think, or Joe, you think maybe the werewolves are an interesting possibility?
Well, we could discuss it, but I thought maybe it just depends what the situation is with them.
And even if we can't save them, right? They've got children captured there.
That's true. That is true. But should we go? What do you guys?
Yeah, they're
remember from
talking
the
about
werewolves?
biting all the children and converting them, right? Or making the children fight each other.
So
Yes.
Yeah.
Strongest survive.
We'll go over there were two sort of beliefs. Kirill, who I believe was the one that I think you murdered, but you also think he got away. We need to look over that. Kirill believed get them all to fight to the death, and then you take the one that survived, turn him into a werewolf, and you've got a real strong werewolf. The opposing thought was that what you want to do is just turn them all into werewolves, and then you've got a number of werewolves. Number over quality, quantity over quality.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm pretty certain I'm
Quality
so
over
certain you killed
quantity over
Kirill. I'm so sure of it, but we'll have to check the tapes. And he was the one.
It doesn't sound like us.
No.
No.
Yeah.
We would never do anything impulsive or violent. That completely.
Does the chat remember? We'll see. Maybe someone in the chat remembers.
I feel like we vigorously debated it.
Yes.
And he was pretty close to death, and it was decided at the time that we wouldn't kill him, and he ran away growling.
Okay. I'll take a look.
He didn't have any skin when he ran away. We skinned him and let him go.
Off you go.
And let that be a lesson to you.
We definitely won. And
Because you definitely killed a bunch of werewolves.
He's at a massive
Yeah.
disadvantage when we meet him. Put it that way.
He's either dead or a loser.
I gotta go, sorry.
All right, no, that's all right. We can call it there. Thanks to everybody for watching, and thank you guys for playing. It was a fantastic session. I loved it. Check out all of our previous stuff on YouTube. or podcast. If you're just watching us for the first time and you want to see the other stuff that we've done, come and talk to us in our Discord, where these guys will be in a secret room talking about their private plans for next week, which I'm very interested to know. And thank you for supporting us, and we'll be back at the same time next time.
And get on our Patreon.
Oh yeah, Patreon as well. If you
Get on
really
it
like,
right now.
if you really like what we're doing, join our Patreon. It's only $4.
Or even if you just mildly like it.
even if you don't like us, just join our Patreon.
If you support snacks and snack streams, you should get on it, because we need 9 more Patreons.
We need 9 more Patreons, and then we'll have our snack stream,
special snack stream,
which is going to be fantastic. All right, come say hi on the Discord.
What if we could time the
Bye.
snack? No way! What if we could time the snack stream with visiting Strahd's castle?
I mean, if we can get 9 in time for snack stream at Strahd's, that would be amazing.
We're all eating snacks.
Yeah.
Oh my
yeah.
gosh, that would be
actually
so
great.
cool. And he'd be like, look at all these exotic snacks I've brought in to impress us. And it would be like, I'm going to ask you to put them all on a tier list. And it would be really fun.
Okay, maybe we do. Maybe we just need to do that
Snickers.
anyway. But come on, join our
People like
Patreon.
almonds.
Make snack stream at Strahd's happen, and we will do that. All right, good night, everybody.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Oh.
Yes.
All right.
Right.
Oh, no, it's gone. It's over. It's over. You missed it. You missed the boat. You missed the orange car. It was over. Surely he can't.